checkup. So like I didn't wanna go because I knew they were gonna have to look at my hot dog for the checkup, and my stepmom kept trying to explain to me about how it was important so they can make sure I'm growing correctly and shit. So like I still didn't wanna go, but my stepmom told me she had a surprise for me when we got home if I didn't argue with her about going to get the physical checkup. So we got there and we was in the waiting room for like an hour and they finally called for us. So like they brought me into one of the little rooms and the doctor was just measuring my height and he was asking me a bunch of questions and shit. So then he told me he was gonna ask me some more private question and he said that my stepmom should leave. So he was asking me if I started puberty and shit and I was like duh, cause I was 14. Then he was like, okay, I'm gonna have someone come in and check your ding dong. So he left and I thought they were gonna have another dude come in and check me, but nope, it was this lady with some big ass melons. Like her melons were about to fall out of her shirt, bruh, I swear. So like my slong started getting hard and I was trying to make it get soft again because I thought it would be weird if she checked my ding dong and it was hard. So I started thinking about Fortnite and shit cause I was pressed over that game back then. So like I finally got my ding dong to become soft and she was like, okay, I'm going check your hot dog now, and I was like, okay. So she told me to pull down my pants and she was just inspecting my ding dong and shit. Then she was like, okay, I need you to make it hard. And I was like, wait, what? She told me that she needed to inspect my erection and shit. So I was like, okay, and I tried to get hard but I couldn't get hard cause I was so weirded out and shit. So she asked me if I was having trouble getting hard and I was like yeah, and she told me to think about girls and shit and I told her I already tried that but it didn't work. So she was like, okay, I'm going to have to help you get an erection, and I was like, I'm okay. And she said I can't tell my parents about this and I was like, I'm okay. So then she unbuttoned her shirt and her melons came bouncing out. And I was like, oh my goddamn, shits was huge as fuck and jiggly as fuck. I got rock hard on a spot, brah. She was go ahead and touch 'em and I started playing with them enormous melons, brah. Oh, she started touching my hot dog and she said, okay, it looks healthy. Then she asked me if I was sexually active and I said no, so she wanted see if I was ejaculating. Like I was sitting in the chair and she spread my legs apart and but her melons like at the bottom of my hot dog and started sucking the tip of my slong. She was asking me how it felt and I told her it felt good. Then she started licking my slong and I busted like 30 seconds later and it got all over her melons. So she stood up and wiped the nut off her melons and buttoned her shirt back up.